stay tuned for an exciting GE sports program. The Wound World of Sports is proud to bring you the Armature Coil Winding Competition. Hello, everybody. I'm Jim McCallum, and welcome to another action-packed Wound World of Sports program. Today's event, the GE Armature Winding Competition, and it promises to be a great one. My colleague for today's event is Bill Simmons. He'll be giving us the play-by-play action. Let me turn things over to him now for some background information on some of today's key players.
Thank you, Jim. We're at the Horizon Electric Motor Company in Dannon, Maryland, the site of today's event. Let me say right from the start that strategy is the key to this event. Look for the team with the best technique to challenge that #1 slot.
Now, what specific moves should our viewers look for, Bill?
Well, Jim, this isn't only a race against each other. It's a race against the clock. Watch for techniques that really cut time off the winding process. Notice the different tools that are used and how many times they have to walk away from their workstation. Watch how much time is spent cutting insulation and whether material is readily available. And it goes without saying that proper insulation and accurately formed coils are essential to a team's speed.
All right, thanks for those tips. And we're only seconds away from the start. Winders are all in place. Parts and tools have been arranged. Here's the official. And
Jim, this is turning out much better than anyone could have anticipated. The Horizon team of Mike and Mark are going to work, covering all the bases, but getting the job done right. We've got to remember the importance of getting the job done right with speed, with accuracy. It looks like money will be saved.
Why such a great emphasis on speed, Bill? Where does this need for fast and accurate rewinding come from?
Good question, Jim. You know these armatures have just got to get back into the field quickly. Take a look at this one from a drag line. When this baby is down, the owner loses from $5,000 to $6,000 an hour.
No kidding. That's unbelievable.
That's right. So needless to say, time is money for these guys. That's why every minute counts in the winding process.
Bill, I've just received word that our man in the field, Gary Williams, has an exclusive interview with Mark Blake, owner of the Horizon Electric Motor Company and host of today's event. Let's go over to Gary now.
Thanks, Jim. Mark, your team is the current champion, and I see in today's competition you're pulling out ahead of the other teams. How do you guys do it?
Well, Gary, when we wind these armatures, we use the GE Armature Coil system. GE supplies us with all the right drawings and components. Combined with GE coils and the installation kit, you have a job done right.
Thank you, Mark, and back to you, Bill.
With us via satellite is Paul Wheeler, an industry expert on the manufacturing of GE coils. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yes, I can, Bill.
Paul, insiders seem to think that those using GE parts have a clear advantage. Is that so?
Yes, it is. If you take a close look at the manufacturing process, you'll see why. The insulation system used on GE armature coils is of Class H construction. The copper wire features a glass serving over a heavy enamel insulation. This results in armored protection for the wire and positive turn-to-turn insulation. Note that the wire is flexible and tough.
And that means better performance and longer life?
That's right, Bill. After the wire is formed to factory dimensions, each lead is individually taped with glass tape. Then Nomex insulation is added to the nose, and Nomex channels surround the slot portion of the coil. This provides for excellent mechanical protection and ground insulation.
What's the next step?
The final step consists of a glass overtape over the entire coil. This glass tape protects the coil during assembly into the slot. It helps keep the channels tight, and it provides a bond for the varnish treatment of the completed armature.
Can you tell us a little about GE's insulation kit, Paul?
I sure can, Bill. The insulation set consists of everything needed to rewind an armature. The kit includes over 24 individual pre-cut insulation components and hundreds of individual insulation pieces. Also included are a complete set of winding instructions and a connection diagram. Everything needed to do a quality rewind job.
That touches on an advantage we mentioned to our viewers earlier, Paul, and that is having the tools, parts, and everything you need to wind the armature right at your fingertips.
That's correct, Bill, and that goes back to your initial question. What's the GE advantage? It's simple. It's the GE system. Replacement coils formed to original dimensions, plus the insulation set.
Thanks for your comments, Paul. Now let's cut back to the action.
And we have had an interesting development. One of the teams is walking away. It looks to me like they might be forfeiting.
He could be. No, He's going over to cut more insulation.
Now, isn't cutting insulation tedious?
Absolutely. It's not only tedious, but it's time-consuming.
We have a whistle. I missed that. Can we have instant replay now to determine the cause? Look there, he's having a problem. Now, that's going to cost him some time.
That's right, Jim. I can see it's not a GE coil. It looks like he took a chance. You know, that extra time could have been avoided if he had used GE coils and the kit.
Bill, it really looks like the team using original GE parts is pulling ahead in this competition.
From up here, I can see the GE team is just about done placing the top coils and is ready for the arch binding. They're starting the arch binding now. Another team has just completed their slot liner and is rechecking their winding data. Some teams are recutting slot insulation. One team has just started placing the bottom coil.
Wait a minute, Bill. We have a winner. Let's cut back down to the floor. Gary, what's going on down there?
Mark Blake's team has swept the competition again. Mark, congratulations. How'd you do it?
Thanks, Gary. Well, the real secret is that all GE armature coils are shipped with the required wedges, blocks, and brazing clips. In the installation kit, we have a continuous ribbon slot liner, glass mica glass, support and phase insulation, and arch binding that are all cut specifically for the armature.
Would you agree that kit rewinds are as good as factory?
You bet. Quality is guaranteed, and the system definitely saves time. Plus, all GE products are backed by technical support, and my customers appreciate the faster turnaround.
Thanks, Mark, for filling us in on the GE advantage. And now back to you, Jim.
Thank you, Gary. Looks like they got a great team there, Bill.
That he does, Jim. You know, Mark began using the insulation kit when he received his first one free when he bought a set of GE coils.
You know, this sounds like a real opportunity for a repair shop to save an awful lot of time when winding a GE motor. Can our viewers take advantage of this opportunity?
They sure can. All they have to do is contact their nearest GE parts distributor. They have all the information.
Thanks for the tips, Bill. And coming up next, our post-game highlights. First, these words from our sponsor.